doing? Come and check it out. It's what we're all about. 561 Music. Welcome to 561 Music. My name's Ben, and Hector has had an operation on his foot today, so let's all wish Hector well. I appreciate that his foot is not his mouth and he could have spoken, but despite that, he has taken the day off. I'm not sure how I feel about it. No, it's fine. I'm only kidding. So Killbillies has been busy as usual. This weekend, we did this. I'm going to go in reverse order. We did the Songwriter Circle on Sunday night at the 561 Music Songwriter Circle, and that was great. We had some really, really fantastic acts that every month is good. You should come if you like kind of in the round sort of like Nashville style songwriter circles where all the songwriters are on stage at the same time. You've got to come down to this thing because I've yet to see a bad one, and it's always busy. It's just like the best thing ever. So see if you can get down to that. We played the Green Market. It was the opening of the Gardens Green Market for the year. It never really closed down, but they kind of make a big special one every year in October. We did that. That was a lot of fun. Met the mayor. It was great. And then we played at Coastal Karma and at the Buccaneers. At Buccaneers, which is in what's it called? Next to Singer Island. And that was a cool spot too. Killbillies had a good weekend. But we have with us today the Holidazed. How's it going, guys?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, definitely.
So you're in a rare breed of band for me down here where every time I hear the name, I'm always like, oh yeah, I know them. But for some reason, not sure why, we haven't really crossed paths very much. It just hasn't really happened so much. Like we never, and because I've seen a lot of bands down here now, but every now and again, one kind of like slips through the net with me, and you guys are one of those.
Well, with that schedule you had there for the weekend, there's reason why you don't really we don't cross paths because you guys are busy, we're busy, so that's kind of just how it works. As a working musician, you're just constantly striving to get to that next gig, and
exactly.
I can't tell you the last time I went to a local show.
Yeah, No, I know what you mean. It's tough. I try to get out to the ones in the week if there's a Thursday one.
Right.
I don't always work on Sundays too, so I try and get to those. Yeah. But how busy are you guys? Like how much are you playing in a week?
Pretty much weekly. I mean, we have a duo session that we can do. We have a trio, the full band. So it's pretty much 3, 4, 5 times a week that we're playing.
So I think it'd be important to go back to the beginning. When did you guys start?
No, that would be a Nick question.
So the band started probably in 2019 in Jacksonville.
Okay.
Since then, there's been over 200 members.
Really?
Since we played.
It's a revolving door.
That's an accurate amount. That's 200.
Floor shuffle, finding guys on Craigslist,
Wow.
Facebook, everything, just keeping the ball rolling and putting music out there.
Yeah.
So, it's just like one of those things. It's I'm definitely addicted to the band in general, and I can't put it down. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's cool. Because that makes sense to me because when I first heard the name Holidazed, I didn't think that it was from. I didn't think you were a band from around here. So that makes sense. You started in Jack. How long have you been down here?
So I grew up down here, but then I moved to Jacksonville for a while. Before going to Jacksonville, I was in smaller bands like High Street. We played at places like Ray's Downtown Blues Bar.
Yeah.
And then
I played there.
Yeah,
that's old
was
school,
a good
man.
spot. Yeah.
Now you're dating yourself, buddy. Watch it.
Yeah. But so then we came back here. Had a little lull trying to figure out I was going to do music down here again. Became a bartender, did that whole thing for a while.
Yeah.
And then I just decided, why not making just as much being a bartender? So
exactly. It's nothing like a real job to make you go, oh, I should still be doing music.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And you're doing what you love, and I love people, but sometimes I don't like dealing with people. You know what I mean? The jobs that I had at the time, this just music is definitely something I prefer.
Service industry is like, it's just hands-on. You're just in front of people.
That's what I'm saying. Too much. Yeah.
And with music, you kind of are, but there's a bit of a barrier,
Right.
and you don't have to hang out if you absolutely don't want to.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
That's cool. So I didn't realize you guys had so many members. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Is there How come? How did that work out?
Where do we begin?
So when it was first started, everybody was in it, for passion. And we still have that. Everybody enjoys it. Everybody contributes to the original music and such. But when you get to a certain point where the band is working, it's just like, it's called a South Florida shuffle or a Florida shuffle.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So people bounce over here, they go over there.
Especially in like reggae bands.
Yeah, dude. So we're shining more of a light on rock right now, especially with the new album.
Right.
We've got some reggae undertones, but it's more like an alternative reggae, if you want to call it that.
Okay.
Yeah, you know. So, but like I said, just 200 members, man. People come, they work, and then they go on their way.
Sure. Yeah. Killbillies has had a few members over the years, but not that many. That's awesome. I love it. What a great story. Yeah. Especially at one point with Killbillies, when it depends on who you've got as members as well, because there was definitely years with Killbillies where couldn't rely on anyone properly, and so people were switching in and switching out because it was difficult to get a crew that just worked well,
Right. Yeah.
And like I've had that now for a few years, and it's just a game changer because you can actually move forward.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's tough to move forward whenever the band's changing nonstop. It has to just be you.
I know. But the thing about it is, I feel like we got a good thing right now.
Yeah.
We're just missing one of the guys, Andrew Mayo. He's a great sax player.
What's up, Andrew?
Yeah.
We just we only could have 3 guys. Andrew, don't get mad at us. But yeah,
punching his computer right now.
We'll get Andrew on just on his own. He can talk shit about that.
Cool. But we got a good team right now, and we put that new album out, and we've rehearsed, and we're doing original stuff. We actually just did a mini tour to test the field. Like you say, it's a losing thing though. Yeah. So we're hoping next time we can plan for a longer run that makes sense. Yeah.
I think like you guys are in that spot that Killbillies are, where you can do the 3 hours. You got days and days of covers, but you got your own original material too, which ideally you would be playing more.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's where Killbillies are too. And it's always a kind of you got to resist the urge to just slip back into the comfort zone of just going around the same venues and playing the same shows.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. and it is that jump from making good money as a cover band, or a band that's hard as a cover band, whether or not you play a lot of your own songs, and to like purely original band that gets paid the same as that. Right. That's a big jump.
It's a big jump. And it's really, in the industry that we have throughout America, it's really getting paid as an original band is highly gate kept. There's a lot of that. And that's what we're dealing with. Back in the day, you could go to a bar and 4 bands on a ticket. The place would be packed out. You could ask Andrew about it. He's told me all about it. During the hair metal phase, it was like bands, original bands were getting paid, and the cover bands weren't a thing really yet. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you guys know Scott Gaylor?
I don't know
that guy. He was just from around here, the hair metal days. The band he was in escapes me, but he was one of those guys back in the day. The legend. Taps like a beast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we put on some shows around here these days because it seemed like the original scene was kind of on a bit rocky footing just after 2020, but I feel like it's making some strides. I think it's doing okay at the moment.
I think down here in South Florida, a lot of good people are doing good things.
Yeah,
and it's good to have multiple things, and that keeps the scene alive.
Yeah,
sure.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's funny, like when people put on start doing I don't know, a music podcast or something like that, I'll speak to them and they'll be like, oh well, it's kind of the same thing as yours. I always want to say to them, great. That's the whole point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the more stuff, the better. That's what we're here for. Not to make it more and better, not not compete.
Right. Exactly.
A rising tide raises all ships.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So, what kind of music do you write when you're writing originals, and how has it changed from the beginning?
I mean, I feel like there's definitely a key I'm comfortable in as far as singing goes, but I've been trying to do things. Well, I mean, honestly, when writing music, I just like write a guitar part and then just add to that, add to that, add to that, and it like free falls into what it is. And then I got this mess on the DAW.
You do it on the DAW, gotcha.
Yeah, and then I just take out things that are too much or add two things, and then after that I'll send it to the final mix. But like the last Everything album, that was 4 years in the making.
Yeah,
we started with Love Potion Studios with Nick D, and then he got busy, so we transferred over to my friend Ian Pattison. He's a great guy too. Nice. He did like the pre-mix, and then we sent it to this guy there was a few other like final mixers and then one master. This guy, Big Geek Productions did one song for the mix, and then we sent it to Tennessee for the rest of the mix with BMAC Productions.
Right.
And then the final master was done by Mike with Lion Den or something like that.
Right.
The Resolvers worked through him too.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. So it just took a long time, man. You know, we got caught in the cover cycle like you were talking about.
Yeah.
No,
that's it. And also the funny thing about like working on an album is you can have almost all of it done, and then life gets in the way and just sits in the can for like ever, you know?
Yeah.
It's a nightmare. Just keeping that sort of push, you know. Sometimes I'll go through periods of time where I just kind of get depressed about the whole thing and just work and, you know, my head's
Tell me
down.
about it, yeah.
Very much.
Yeah. But when I am in a creative phase, like nothing's better than that, you know. I've just started writing some more songs with one of the bands I'm in, Bomb the Algorithm, and it's exciting, you know. You remember every now and again, you remember why you do it, you know, and just get that creative spark. It's great. So, what DAW do you use? Do you use Logic?
I use Ableton Live.
Okay,
yeah.
You know, a friend of mine, Ollie, uses that, and it is different in quite sort of significant ways, and I think that you write different music with different DAWs, you know, it just comes out a bit different.
Yeah, this is the only one I've ever used, though. I've watched people use Logic. I mean, it all looks the same, but then you get in there with hotkeys and it's like completely different. You know what I mean,
yeah, totally. And then, like, do you use outboard gear or anything? Is it all in?
I just use like an M audio interface,
right?
And that really small setup with the Works. I think it's Suite 12 Ableton.
Yeah,
and you could do everything in a micro like space. You know what I mean? And go from there.
Is your mic drooping? I'm so sorry.
Every once in a while, I'm like, oh, okay. Got this Smurf thing in my face. I don't know how PG this podcast
is. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop it here and we're going to fix the mic. No, cool. Sort your situation out. Should we make it higher there? And then
I tightened it like crazy. I
know.
It came loose.
Yeah, I know.
Nice butt.
All right.
No, I shouldn't go anywhere.
Let's see if that's.
I can hear the creaking of it.
No.
It's crazy.
Let's see if that's gonna be better. All right.
So we're good.
Yeah. Did we actually stop it?
Nah, we're still rolling.
Okay, so look, Ben, this is where we did it from. Okay, gotta get the thing up. All right, yeah, cool. All right, yeah. So mic is fixed, which is a wonderful thing. Yeah. So the reason I'm curious about the equipment you use and stuff is mainly just because I'm a nerd for this stuff, and I like it. But also, like I like to understand people's creative process, and I like to know that when I'm listening to the music, because I'm trying to sort of build up an understanding of how whether music changes depending on what you're using and how you write it and what you write it with. And because one of the, like, do you ever have any input like with the band? Do you ever jam stuff before you put it down?
I usually do like the skeleton of it and then they add the flesh.
Right.
Know? That's how it works. But there's something in the works where we're going to do like a live album.
Yeah.
Sort of try to mimic what Tame the Impala does. I don't know if you saw the video with them overlooking the ocean and they did like an hour live album. It's incredible, sick. Dude. It's incredible.
Sounds great.
I want to do something like that, and sort of it's going to be more of a jam with like maybe just some notes on like you know what's going to happen at each stage. You know what I mean? But that's the next thing, a live album of new songs that we're gonna do together.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Do you And that's nice, yeah. If they're new songs and it's not just kind of like a little extra thing, you know.
Yeah,
like that's such a really nice idea, because then that is the album. You know
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
that's cool. When it comes to sort of like jamming and stuff like that, when you play live, do you play the songs the same every time, or do you kind of jam them out?
It's always different.
Yeah.
You know, everybody wants to add a little bit here and there, and then we find that like some of the songs we don't play to a click track.
Yeah.
So not playing to a click track, it's hard to play the songs verbatim.
Yeah.
And then also Gabe loves to play hard and fast.
That's
Yeah,
what I do.
Yeah.
Nice.
So like
everything.
Yeah. So we follow his lead depending on the energy for the song at the time.
You know, I think it's healthy if the drummer is setting the tone and the tempo, because like otherwise the band sounds like it's fighting itself all the time.
Yeah, you need that backbeat to really control what's going on up front and everybody, and then kind of once they get that groove, then it kind of helps them, you know, open up to, oh, okay, we're set on this, and now I can come up with, you know, the ideas and make it kind of fluid for the band
totally,
and the sound.
So where did you guys go on tour?
Oh man, we did like a little thing. We stopped at this bar that was condemned.
Oh wow!
That's crazy. We get there and we see this big sign just condemned. Do not go in. Closed by the state or whatever it was.
It was like a CBGB
vibe.
Was it in Florida or
it was
in Daytona? It was called Turnonog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you get out of Florida on the tour, or was it like a?
This was like a 3-day run. We just wanted to see if we can get along in the car.
It's important. You got to do the test run. You got to do the test run.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
that's gone wrong for me before. I'm glad I did it. Like on a couple of occasions, you're like, oh, we hate each other.
That's the funny thing, because I was worried there would be friction, but at the end of the day, everybody was, you know, happy and just stoked to be there.
Yeah,
nice.
Gabe was the most stoked the first night.
The first night, I was the most stoked.
That's really cool. Yeah, I've got a situation like that with Killbillies at the moment. We're all best buds. We're going to Atlanta actually this weekend.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Atlanta school.
Didn't you guys just do you did some sort of convention thing I saw?
Yeah. Oh man, Dragon Con.
Cool.
There's actually an episode about it if you're curious about our adventures. Yeah, Dragon Con's crazy. Like they only announce the bands about 6 weeks before it every year, so I can't say we're definitely going to play it next year, but we're definitely going to play it. I think they're going to happen.
I thought that was cool. Yeah.
And it is so much fun. Like, do you have you ever done any like?
I've never done
that kind of thing.
No.
It's really wild.
Yeah.
Like I didn't think I was going to enjoy. I've never done anything like that because we played it twice now, 2 years in a row, and I was like, oh man, I really enjoy this. I was dressing up like an elf on a studio. It was so funny. I had a blast. I think I'm getting more nerdy in my old age.
Dude, I'm a nerd too. If we could do a Comic-Con, we would be all over that. You know?
Yeah, it was like the exact same as that, except that Dragon Con isn't. It's not corporate, and B, it never closes. It's 24 hours a day and becomes like a rave.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Everybody dressed up.
Yeah, and like you. It's like a perfect rave. That's how you want people to look at a rave.
Right.
So plus, like, there was a few people who were kind of messy, but there wasn't a lot of like real drug addicts there.
Right.
You know, it wasn't just sort of like kind of constantly watching your wallet and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, it was good times, man. Good times. Have you played any strange or interesting gigs over the years that deserved a mention?
Gabe, you got one in your pocket?
Well, I know one of my first bands I started with was the People Upstairs, and we had a gig in the state penitentiary.
Yeah, that's cool.
That was amazing.
Johnny Cash.
Yeah, it was exactly Johnny Cash, and there was like 1,500 inmates, and 4 little. We were young, so and like 4 guards were there, and we're like, "What the hell? They can rush us, and we'd be done."
That's wild.
But it was crazy. They were all great. We had a great time, and they were appreciative, and it was crazy.
How come? Was it just a kind of like a prisoner outreach type of a thing?
I think so. I think the prisoners were in good behavior. I guess they didn't have any accidents for a month or something.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows why they did it? But they did.
So they probably used it as a bribe.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that's
keep
cool.
being good. We'll keep doing these things. But it was crazy though. And the guys actually they did a performance of Thriller. So they had some of these inmates that they had like 10 of them or whatever, and they were all in like toilet paper, and they did the thriller dance and everything, and it was crazy. It was probably one of the best gigs I've ever had in my life.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, Killbillies has got to figure that out. Except we have kill in the name, and it might just be a bit suggestive for people who maybe have done that before.
right. Yeah, I don't know. They like the Killbillies here in the state penitentiary. Like, oh yeah.
Chris, what about you, bro? You got a show?
Yeah, we used to throw these big ragers at the golf course.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there you go.
We had this, literally, there's like a gate to get in, and there was lines out down the road, so the guy wouldn't let anybody in. So people just started parking on the side of the road and getting out and walking all the way through the neighborhood. There was probably like, I don't know, 1,000 people in this, and it was a big area.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
But, I mean, it was crazy. Yeah, I mean, it was a triple Xmas party, so everybody was just like lingerie, just going mental, like people in people's in people's houses, like in the yards, like just.
Oh, that's cool.
For it.
I played on a golf course before, but it was nothing like that.
It was like a big raging party, and it was pretty intense.
That's cool. I think being a musician, you find yourself in some very strange places. You might have like squats and just kind of like sort of strange, like you said, like sort of condemned and abandoned places.
Right.
Yeah, it's amazing. And you get to, if you do, have you guys ever played any private parties?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's
They
like,
can get crazy.
That can be very interesting. You know, you find out about people's lives. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Make best friends that way too.
Yeah.
For that night at least, and then they never want you back at their house ever again. You know?
There's this really, really cool family that we do at the 4th of July at their house, and we have become friends. Actually, it's always nice, and then you start getting to the point where you kind of feel bad asking them for money, but
yeah.
never too bad.
No.
actually.
You're like, I gotta pay bills, man.
Yeah.
Right.
So when it comes to like your lyrical content, is there something you find yourself writing about more than other things, and if so, why?
On the thin layer, it's like the struggles of life, but then like underneath, I think it's a little political.
Sure.
Yeah. So
I'm in like way over my head with songs like that at the moment. I need to write that something else.
I mean, there's really nothing else going on. Now,
Yeah, that's a bad point. Yeah. I guess if you're going to write them now would be the time.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. The single we're releasing is called Wicked Rule. I think that says it all, really.
Yeah, exactly.
So when it comes to like the band, are there any bands that you would say really influenced the way you sound?
I mean, yeah, I could name so many older bands, but
I think the Holidazed really is the band that influences the band. It's a little for me. I don't know what you. For me, it's just the Holidazed. No.
I'm so forgetful that But I think like the modern day bands, I would say like I listen to a lot of Sat Sang, Mahali, Will Evans, stuff like that. Like they call it like they're on the reggae circuit, but these bands aren't really reggae. You know, it feels like, and brutally honest, it feels like the reggae circuit has turned into a pop music circuit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's great. It's because the reggae circuit is really what's keeping the underground scene alive a lot. Besides,
very helpful. There's a lot of those shows are busy.
That's what I'm saying. And but the same with like the punk rock circuit. You look at like, I don't know many major like just straight rock things that are doing well that aren't cover bands.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But like the reggae, the punk rock scene, I've even seen this jazz scene is doing something now, especially in West Palm Beach. But you know, you got to have that reggae rise up and Sugar Shack. They're doing on the West Coast, which you guys are doing over here on the East Coast.
Yeah. And it's cool with but the More Better band, Ricky's band, they're competition, isn't
dude, they deserve that.
Oh,
they deserve that.
A great band.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, they are a good band. I always wondered whether they're called More Better Band because they think that they're better than the Shake was. I'm not sure why they called them that. I don't have a dog in that fight. I'm not sure about that.
It's a good theory, though. Let's run with that.
Maybe I should. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to get myself in trouble if I keep talking about this.
Ricky's going to be like, what the hell, man?
No, they're awesome, though. When you play shows, mixed bills type shows, what kind of bands are you playing with?
Friendly bands.
Do you have any that you play with a lot?
Well, we've been just we've been putting on some smaller shows, and we play with the More Better band. They're great. Mangrove, they're a new band that's around, and we really like those guys. We're playing with the people upstairs this weekend.
Nice. Where are you putting these shows on?
This place called Ravish in Lake Worth. We do some Northwood place. We did one off with Capadonna from Wu-Tang Clan and Club of Revolution. We were in the wrong market.
The guy from Strider, he was talking to me about, and he was asking us, like, could we help him do it and stuff? And I think we're I think we're on tour actually. We couldn't help it. Like, I knew that was going on, like, for a long time. How was it?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Right. Gotcha. But so I don't think I really know what Ravish is like. Where is it?
It's ravishing.
It's a little.
It's a restaurant. It's a nice place. They make nice drinks and
food's good. Everything's good.
It's outside. It's kind of open aired and it's really cool spot. And I think they chose a nice venue there to.
It's Curtis's watering hole.
Well, we try to do something there every 3 months or something, like a quarterly.
Nice.
And do a little charity thing. You know,
it's one of the types of shows that. We have put them on, but we don't do very often reggae shows. 561 Music should throw a reggae show at some point to make that happen. Cool. Yeah, and I know what you mean about the scene sort of like becoming kind of like almost like less and less reggae lately, and there's all these kind of different bands. Do you know who the Slackers are?
Yeah, they're a ska band,
Yeah. So I was talking to the sax player from the Slackers the other day, and he did an episode, and I was talking to him about the... the difference between the ska scene and the reggae scene, and the sort of irony that quite often in the ska scene there'll be bands that are more reggae than in the reggae scene. But it's and I don't know. I think it's just like an aesthetic thing, because the ska scene is kind of tied to punk a little bit,
right?
So it's just a slightly different crowd, but they do kind of come together, don't they?
I think ska started first before reggae.
That's right.
And I think Bob Marley and the Wailers were ska first.
Yeah, for sure.
Went into reggae, so it is pretty much all connected.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think in the US, when you say ska, the first thing that comes to mind is like Less Than Jake, which is essentially a punk band,
right? Exactly.
But like ska is like. Yeah, it's just like a
Toots and Maytails and
funky reggae party.
I love the Slackers, man. I just think they're amazing.
Didn't they play the other night?
Spread the Dog.
A couple nights ago.
Cool.
Totally. We had a gig. Like we were talking about earlier, I just
never get to go out.
Yeah.
I hate it because I do want to see what the music scene is here in Palm Beach and Broward or wherever, Martin County. Yeah. But it's always like I'm always chasing that next gig. Where's the next gig? I like to work because I just like to work. It's my thing.
One of the things that is sort of halfway to going out and is doing mixed band bills, because then at least you see a few other bands. I'm trying to do as many of them as I can without getting myself into a position of not making any money of it.
Right, and that's the toughest part is trying to make money.
Just breaking even is nice.
Yeah.
Well, no, you want to make money too. Breaking even is not paying the bills, I said.
But one of the places, have you played Guanabana?
Oh yeah,
back in the day, a long time ago.
Yeah.
Love Guanabana.
Cool spot.
Yeah, totally. I want to put some shows on in there again. That's a good place.
Yeah.
Joey Caldereo does a good show there. Bag of Donuts. Yeah. Joey's Bag of Donuts.
He does. Yeah. It's awesome.
Joey's Bag.
Totally. I've been to it actually.
Yeah.
I think I was recording. I can't remember who for, but I think it was for More Bad Band. I think I was recording their audio one time there. Where else do you guys play? Where else do you like to play? Where do you think is a good place to put mixed band bills on? And I'm genuinely asking because I'm looking for places and trying to think of that.
I mean, I have a good relationship with Joe from Northwood, and I think there's potential there.
The Northwood Arts and Music. Yeah.
I think there's potential there, but it's one of those things where you have to bring everything to the,
promote it, right?
Yeah, you have to promote it, right?
Everybody there.
Yeah.
Promote it, bring the sound,
it is quite cool.
I think it's a great place. I think it's perfect. I think it's the Terra Firmata of South Florida.
I agree. I think in the winter, because there's the issue of it being sort of a warehouse that is possible to air condition because it has such big giant doors.
Yeah.
So, in the summer, it's tough to run around on stage. But that's a great one. And actually, I had temporarily forgotten about it. You're right, that is a good venue. Do you guys play at Seraphim Art much?
Once in a while.
Yeah.
That's like getting on a bill with somebody else's show.
Right.
And then they do tribute bands a lot over there.
Yeah.
And then the Powers That Be run a lot of touring bands through there.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
When Ron used to own it years ago, I used to play it all the time. He was a fan of the band. And then I played it sporadically since, but at one point we were playing there like once a month. It's been a while though. But you're right, it's a cool venue. The sound system is amazing.
Yeah. I like Thunder House Sound a lot.
Yeah.
Those guys are really cool.
Totally. We used those guys. We worked in conjunction with those guys for the festival, actually.
Cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. They were awesome. We do this festival now once a year.
Yeah,
you know?
561 Music Fest. Right?
Yeah. I think we're going to try and do more of those. What we're going to try and do is do like sort of like some kind of big gig mini festival type thing in like each municipality kind of like around it, just as kind of advertising for the main event.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's great.
You guys might be getting a call at some point.
Nice. No, I played it last year with Judd Huffman.
Yeah, sick.
So yeah, that was cool. That was a great event.
Yeah, and what an opener. That was because it's the only time you guys could do, wasn't
Right,
it?
yeah. Because again, we're chasing that gig. What's the next one? Oh yeah, we'll play that real quick and then jump off to the next one, and then after that, the next one.
Yeah, that was a hell of an opener. Just really, really awesome. A great guy.
Yeah.
Cool. So, is there anything sort of like about the new album that you would like people to know?
The reason it's called Everything with an iguana with the nuke on the front standing on Earth is because the whole album is just about protecting what we have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not going to go too politically into it, but the whole album is about protecting what we have. You know what I mean? Yeah. And, trying to find a balance between what's right and what's wrong. And right now, it just feels like there's a fine line all over the world where the wrong thing is being allowed.
Yeah.
And, we're supposed to, be like on each other's side and helping each other. But right now, everybody's just causing struggles for each other. You know what I mean?
This is hearsay. I just heard someone say it. There's apparently like 70% of countries have like an authoritarian leader now.
Crazy.
It's New World Order, man.
Yeah. But you're right. Maybe we do need to The thing is, I wouldn't mind, but then I'm not sure how solid my facts are right now, so I'm going to start talking stuff.
Next thing you know, there's going to be comments. It's really not 72%. Okay, all right. Just putting out a number. My bad.
Yeah. It's all pretty exciting. It is everywhere. In England, man. Where I'm from, it's pretty crazy these days as well.
Yeah. Aren't they getting like the digital IDs now in England?
Yeah.
There
comes the conspiracy.
Podcast changes to conspiracy.
Back to music.
It's all in the 5G.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I think this is a good opportunity now to listen to something for a new album, and then we will come back and talk about it. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, nice. All right.
Seems like something ain't right. Got me up all night, riding
Oasis Root Carver Bar is in Sea Grape Square on Indian Town Road. And it is a carver bar. If you don't know anything about carver, it's a Polynesian root that you grind up and you mix with water. And it has been in Polynesia for potentially thousands of years. It's an old thing that they used for kind of ceremonial and also sort of leisure purposes. It's meant to be something where, that brings people together. You will take a shell of carver and chink them together and say bula and have it together like that. It's meant to be something to bring people together. It has a kind of an effect, which is, I guess, a kind of a slightly warming effect. It just kind of makes you feel nice. It's not particularly intoxicating. It's not like drinking alcohol. So the atmosphere in a carver bar is sort of like a cross between a regular bar and a coffee house. It's pretty chill in there. You get all sorts of different types of carver bars. Some of them are more like a club, there's sort of like black light and EDM playing. And some of them are more like a cafe. This is one of the cafe type of ones. It's super chill in there. If you're looking for somewhere to, I don't know, maybe go and do some work on your laptop or go and have a chat with friends, it's perfect for that kind of thing. There's a foosball table in there if that's your jam, or baby foot as they call it in France. Yeah, Jim, the owner, is a really cool guy and he has very kindly sponsored our podcast. So thank you very much for that, Jim. They also do a poker night in there. All sorts of things going on at Oasis Root. Welcome to 561 Music. We have some very exciting news. You may have noticed that the podcast is being hosted from a different place. That place is the 561 Music School and Studio. Justin Hucker has changed the name of his school from Live Music Community to 561 Music School and Studio. We have joined forces and now everything has the same name. The podcast, the festival and the school are now all under the umbrella of 561 Music. If you've been listening to the podcast for a long time, you will know that every week in this spot, we used to do an ad for Live Music Community. Now, Live Music Community has become 561 Music. We are still on North Lake Boulevard, but we have moved to 524 North Lake Boulevard, Suite A, North Palm Beach, Florida. It is east from the old location, and boy oh boy is it an upgrade. We now have a studio that is far bigger and more advanced. Bigger lesson rooms and 3 big spaces for recording bands and practicing. We now offer more opportunities for recording your band and provide more practice space to hone your skills. The heart of 561 Music School and Studio is still tuition. We train both young people and adults one-on-one and also in groups to be real bands, teaching you how to play your instrument not only by yourself but with others as well. We help you learn to write and record a song, how to brand and market your band, how to design and produce merchandise, how to get shows, how to act at shows, how to perform, how to organize tours, how to reach out to labels, the ins and outs of protecting your intellectual property, and much more. 561 Music is a one-stop shop for all your music and performance-related needs. We are also set up to help you record music videos, how to manage social media, how to create content for social media, and everything that is required of a person trying to break into the music industry in 2025. Come by the studio at 524 North Lake Boulevard in North Palm Beach and check out the new digs. We are online at 561musicstudio.com. Fill out the form online and come for your free first trial lesson. We are open daily by appointment or just walk up and say hi. We're here most days of the week from 3 p.m. for walk-in inquiries. Come by. It's just so awesome, this new spot, and we're all incredibly excited.
Okay, so we're back, and as always, this is the 268th time I've done this. Congrats. I always ask at this point, do you have any advice for upcoming musicians? Let's just go around.
Okay. Yeah, I'll start. I mean, I can talk about this for hours, but I think for up and coming musicians and learning musicians to dive into all genres, all types of music, learning and putting on the headphones. And, if you don't know how to read music, mimic what you hear, and don't put yourself in a box. If you're able to really listen to, rock, jazz, rap, Indian music, Bollywood, whatever, do it because, it just makes you a better musician.
Yeah, that's great advice. What about you, Curtis?
Well, if you show up and everybody's got a guitar in their hand, you pick up a bass, you'll never put it down. I mean, if that's the instrument, that's choose you,
I tell you what, the bass is
I'm very often jealous of bass players in the band. I am actually now the bass player in one band that I do on Monday nights, just because you got a lot of, it's where rhythm meets music, where it meets melody and harmony. And you got a lot of control over the way the band moves stuff,
Well, I mean, just have fun with it, really. That's my thing.
Have fun with it. Yeah. I think if it stops being fun,
Yeah, exactly.
Do it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Nick, what about you, man?
I mean, the way I live my life, like aim for perfection, but don't be scared to show, your flaws, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, that's a, what is it? It's progress, not perfection.
Right.
Exactly.
That's the AA maxim that I was trying to. But it's true though, it's important. And there's many a song has stayed on someone's hard drive because they were afraid that it wasn't perfect.
Right.
And just get it out there and move on.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So could you tell me a little bit about what was the song that we just listened to? And could you tell me a little bit about what the words are about?
So the song was Under One Galaxy. It's basically just about, we're on like they say all the time, we're all on a big rock spinning in the middle of outer space, but we're all together. There's not like no other beings around that we know of, officially or whatever. but like we're all human beings, and I feel like there's a place for everybody in that, like I've said before, I feel like one of the purposes of life is to help each other out at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that. That I always find that I get a lot of my sort of sense of self-worth and the pleasure I drive out of life comes from helping other people, doing things for other people, because I find that it just kind of, it makes you feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it builds. I find that the things that have happened in my life, the significant and good things where I've kind of progressed have generally come from that rather than sort of focusedly pursuing my own ends. So I don't know. It seems like a good thing.
Yeah.
It is a good thing. Help other people.
Help others.
Help others.
Don't be,
Yeah, it's a classic, but it's important. What do you guys got coming up? Is there anything people should know about that's coming up?
Yeah.
What do you got, Curtis?
What do we got coming up?
Saturday.
You're just pondering how
at the Ravish. Saturday at the Ravish.
Yeah.
You got the main groove's going to start off the show. Jacuzzi Fuzz from Miami, right?
Yeah.
Then we play the Holidazed.
Cool.
And then the people upstairs are going to headline it. And
Nice. What day is it?
it's on Saturday, the 11th.
Nice. On Saturday.
The benefits 5 to 10.
Yeah, nice.
And the benefits for the Surfers for Autism. We're
Nice.
going to raffle a surfboard from Nomad Surf Shop in Briny Breezes. We also have the TD Home Supply sponsoring it, and Remain Calm right here, the clothing line.
Oh, yeah. Very cool.
It's in Lantana, Ravish.
And we appreciate Ravish for having us.
Ravish.
Yeah.
The Ravish.
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 Yeah, that sounds awesome. And Killbillies are in Atlanta, so you're allowed to not go and see us. You can go to this.
Yeah, it's going to be a good show. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds wicked.
Yeah.
How long have you been together as this version of the band?
4 or 5 years now.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, that's quite a while.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the dream team then. This is the band. Okay, wicked.
Yeah.
Okay, so all of the shuffling around was early doors then.
Yeah, they were early. Yeah.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense now. That's cool. All right, so that's really it. You just released an album, and the album is called Everything.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone should go and listen to Everything or buy Everything. Do you guys have any physical versions of it, or is it all online?
It's all online right now.
Yeah.
We're at that cross point where we might be switching from Spotify to Tidal, but it's on Spotify right now, so you can check it out.
It's funny, isn't it? Like, for all the feelings that I have about Spotify and the way that they treat artists, we're still on there. I've got to do something about it, mate. I'm kind of in the same boat. I'm like, I don't want to be here.
I know.
Yeah, it's it sucks. We made some records we tend to sell more LPs, like vinyl records, than we do CDs, because who has a CD player anymore?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Some people have record players just because they think they're cool.
Right.
Right. It's
Yeah,
cool
yeah.
in the living room.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's also one of those awesome things where when you get the vinyl made, you can be real specific about it, get like color vinyl and all that stuff. And it's just a nice thing to have. Even if no one ever bought one, I still probably would have done it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys have a lot of merch? Do you have any merch that is like unusual? Or is it all t-shirts and
We've got like we got 2 different versions of t-shirts. We got one with the album cover on the back with the iguana.
Cool.
And then the other is sort of like just our logo, you know, small logo, big logo on the back.
Yeah.
And we really need to work on our merch game, but
I'll tell you something that sells well in Florida is hats.
right.
Like you get
hats.
trucker
had
hats
some.
or whatever.
Yeah.
made.
We had some, we ran out.
You gotta get more.
Yeah, that's always what happens. They run out.
Yeah.
That's always what happens. They run out, and you know why they run out? It's because they sell.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's a great thing. Like I'm always trying to get hats, and as soon as we have them, they seem to go. All right, guys. Well, listen. Thanks so much for coming. Is there before we get out of here? Is there anything you want to say to the listenership of 561 Music?
Keep doing what you're doing. Keep playing music. You know, keep this this music thing here local and strong, and help others.
Yeah. Yeah,
Gabe for
sounds awesome.
president.
And keep writing about important stuff, man.
Yeah.
Right,
I
yeah.
like the fact that you're doing that.
Cool.
I think that people who say that musicians shouldn't get into important subjects don't know what they're talking about.
Right.
Music and politics have been together since day one.
Yeah.
And the only people who ever say that are people who A, have very questionable politics, and B, they either can't do it themselves or express it themselves, and so it's just, I think it's just hating, just haters, you know. So like I said, keep writing about things that matter. It makes me very happy that you're doing that, and I wish you guys the best of luck. You don't need it; you're doing great. But
Yeah, you are pretty good. We're all doing
Thanks
good
for
right
having
now.
us.
Thank you.
yeah,
Thanks for
nice
having
one.
us.
All right, see you later.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.